game. But this is all your guys. You guys have full autonomy here. If you need me to do something, just tell me. If any help or any issues like that, just let me know, and I'm gonna be here standing by.
Yeah, no worries. No guarantee of quality of banter, man. It's highly variable. This might be the most boring fucking stream imaginable. Oh, by the way, do I have to keep my language down?
Oh, thanks. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Do I have to keep my language regulated? I'm not gonna drop fucking like politically incorrect slurs or whatever because I'm not an asshole.
Oh man, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I don't care. You know, as long as it's not like, you know, crazy overboard or nothing like that. I really don't care. I appreciate us being able to say whatever we want here in the Discord.
Like I said, I'm not a streamer. I have no idea what gets modulated and what does not. By the way, I believe we're streaming. Well, we might be. There's a delay.
Okay.
No guarantee. I just clicked it, so we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hit go. But yeah, you guys, I'd say go ahead and go into team chat 1 and then try and rally the players. So it'd be Stinky, George, and Tara.
Oh, they're already in general comms. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so the floor is yours, gents.
Okay, I'm just gonna test some recording things first to be sure that I just had a problem with my sound. It was a little bit too low, so I'm gonna go do a test recording and see if that fixes it. What I just did.
Yeah.
Completely muted, or not muted, but like really ridiculously lowered the Men of War volume because I was getting some weirdly high music relative to like the rest of my things. So just have your volume mixer open on like another monitor or whatever, and that'll work just fine.
Okay, let's see if that fixes.
Because Windows is absurdly weird regarding audio leveling sometimes. Not that Pulse Audio is much better, but at least you know you can kill the entire process that way.
All right, I'm gonna jump in there just to let them know everything's good. But yeah, let me know if there's any issues or anything like that.
Right on.
Oh, show.
Okay, yeah, that fixed it.
Okay, yeah, I'll jump in there with them. Listen to that.
Hello.
Dio's bad.
I am bad. That's why I'm reffing.
We don't want him.
Dio, I'm trying to. We're figuring out how to overshoot with the Clive.
Oh fuck, that's right. There's literally no rules, dude. Overshooting is bullshit, but
No,
it's so dumb. I don't know why we have it. It's stupid.
I find overshooting for small arms fire perfectly acceptable.
Well, yeah, because you're dumb.
Okay, I am the far shooting master.
No,
you
you're
would
not.
dare describe
no, you're not.
me.
You're stupid.
Oh my god,
You're
look at the rain.
Remember, lads, you are live on the wide and very
right now we are?
YouTube. Yeah, I believe
Yes,
so.
it's gonna be like 5 people.
You wanna watch my stream and get copied?
No. In fact, I should probably mute the fucking bot. Give me a moment, just in case you're playing something.
I
know.
know.
It's not my YouTube channel. We already got that previous video
Oh,
struck.
Terry, do you see this?
You're not streaming anymore. You changed hands. Dumbass.
Terry, do you see what I'm seeing?
Dumbass. Oh my god. You gotta fucking put the video up. Also, turn on the effect mods and never do everything. Jesus. Bubble!
Man, I gotta try it on this rock really quick.
What map are we doing anyway?
Let's start
Let's
the coin toss.
do Warfare 2. That should be our map.
Okay, that's ours. Alright.
So what does Team A want? Or let me look at the team again.
Hold up,
Sure, mine
Tails. I want tails. That's what we want.
We want heads.
Nah,
Trust me,
dude.
Terry,
I don't like
heads.
getting head, you know?
So we're doing Dave versus Devil's Brigade. So, Dave, you want heads?
Yes.
You said? Yeah. Okay, Devil's Brigade. So if Dave wins the coin toss, he'll select the map. Okay, you get to select the map, and you wanted what?
Warfare 2.
Warfare 2.
Okay, Warfare 2 it is then.
Am I hosting? Wait, who's hosting?
Right.
Yeah,
Where's
you
the
should
host
Brigade,
her.
by the way? Are they in
Okay.
here?
Devil's Brigade, you get to select the spawn.
Warfare 2.
Which spawn would you like, Team A or Team B?
Are they even in
Warfare
here?
3. Where is Warfare 2?
We have anime in here. I believe he's the representative.
I'm just observing if there's like an empty spot on the Devil's Brigade.
I am representative of Devil's Brigade.
If we literally have anybody from that team in here, that would probably be
Yeah,
a good idea.
Good.
Okay. So yeah, you guys get to pick the side you want. Is the game open, by the way?
Yeah, I got it up.
All right.
So who?
Let me enable spectator.
Wait, Tara, which is your in-game name different than your Discord name?
Nope, it literally Terra.
I do not see it.
No, you don't have
124.
Hold up. You're West Coast, right? Everybody, because I know, is everybody here continental US, I guess, is the point I'm at.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
I got a new rank.
Dio, I'm always the host. Shut up.
I'm just making sure.
Hey.
One European
You're
guy,
dumb.
I don't want to fuck
Shut
him
up.
over. No, I've just done zero research.
You're dumb.
European.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Well, look at my new rank.
Hey, Tara,
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay, that is gone.
Do the second flip for
No, not
access
this
to
Warfare
allies.
2, the Winter one.
Wait, what? This one?
Nah,
Oh, the other Warfare 2?
Yeah, the Winter one.
isn't it Warfare 11?
Tara, set the victory
Yes.
points to 125, please.
Wait, is it what?
Oh no, this is Warfare 2, Warfare 11. We want Warfare 11.
Yeah,
Or no, we want Warfare 3?
It's one of the numbers after.
It's one of Warfares and then number.
So Warfare 11 is
This one? It's this one, right?
3. Okay.
It's 3. Yeah, it's 3.
Alright,
Alright, let me choose the
got
player
the, got the numbers confused. Just confused.
Okay, that
Wait,
and then
you really want to do this
spectator,
map?
125.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
are the ones selecting the map? I
Oh, do
assume.
you guys care about top or bottom? It's...
Okay,
No, I
so
don't.
we're doing the same thing, heads and tails, for Axis and allies.
Yes.
What does the representative have to say about it?
What does the representative have to say?
Okay, Devil's Brigade, you get to choose whether or not you would like Axis or allies. Which would you prefer?
They sound like a bunch of Nazis. You might as well give them it.
You also get to select which spawn you would like, so...
Yeah, definite Nazis. Might as well give them access.
So Team A or
From the
Team E?
German side. George, you're the one who has work mock currently selected.
Alright, so
Whoa,
just give them the Axis team. So
I'm
change
just
the...
gonna have it set on. I'm gonna have it set in players.
Oh, but then you can only select Axis factions then.
Alright,
Okay, yeah, just tell them. Wait, we're
Alright.
access? Dave?
Actually, just for the sake of argument, make certain, if you're going to choose players, be certain that you do not select a doctrine.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
You mean like this?
It happens, it's just reminding everyone of that.
Think I'm stupid?
Alright, so
Call me a
Devil's
WPS?
Brigade, what do you want? You want
George, we are not.
do you want mustaches or
George,
blonde hair?
you are not.
Well, one second.
You guys want mustaches or blonde hair?
It's not the same thing.
Whatever. Oh.
Alright, allies! Russia!
Alright, we get allies. Let's go.
Alright.
Alright, best of luck to the combatants. Yeah.
What if? What if?
Wait, is X red on their
George,
team?
stop.
What if?
George, stop.
George, stop.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready to
Stop.
rumble.
No, stop.
Hey,
George,
is
stop.
Problematic.
everyone in here that they should be?
Alright, you guys should probably separate if
Is
the
it
other
One
guys
Puff
are in here
Man?
as well.
Is it one puff man?
Yeah, what if we switch this to 1941?
No,
we
not
missing
This is an
some?
awful idea.
We should get a
Listen,
vote
I
on
don't
these.
approve of these.
Yeah, we should get a vote.
Yeah.
No, but that's not part of the tournament. It's
what
1941
if-
to
what if-
1945.
What if it
Standard
was
settings here, lads. Nothing complicated.
Boo, boo.
It ain't complicated. It's
This
Boo.
game has troubles with balance enough as it is. You don't want to compound that.
Okay, so is it alright? So is everyone in the game who's supposed to be?
I'm not in the game.
What?
Says session is 4.
Yeah, so it means that it's a random in this lobby.
Wait,
Who are we
who's the
who are
random?
we
Is it
picking?
STYV or is it Delix?
If I'm not the random, then who's
I'll
the
bet
random?
Red. Yeah, I think Red's the only person who's not random.
Wait,
Kick,
Red-
SBYB, and Delix.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I mean, nobody's saying anything against that,
No,
so...
no.
Yeah,
Okay,
go with that.
okay.
Nah, I mean that looks like his team. Let's go.
Alright.
Okay,
Devils, get your guys in here, please.
Yeah, there should have had a password on it.
Oh, it's too late. Sucks.
Because Terra
Stuff
always
up.
hosts, but okay.
He is
Shut up.
here.
This.
Who? Guys, I can't argue with that. He's here.
Alright, can we get in-game names for the Devils guys, right?
Yeah.
I'm already
Mine-
in on X-Red.
Alright, you're X-Red, he's here's in. Who's the third guy?
Okay. Dark Wolf. I just need an
Alright.
invite, I suppose.
There is no password. We are public.
Also,
today.
one puff man, you guys are access. Big
Oh.
access.
Let me just keep refreshing till it appears.
Problem?
George, get off of guards. I swear to God.
Problem?
George,
Problem?
Stop.
Problem?
Problem?
Stop.
Problem?
George. Stop it.
Problem?
Wait.
Problem?
We're waiting for one more person.
George,
Yeah.
George, you know what we have to do.
Server?
George, you know
Yeah,
what we
let me
have to
just.
Oh yeah,
George,
yeah, George,
we
do the
just
fire.
tested this. We just
Hold on. Alright. You got me on board.
you know we have to do that.
Alright, shit. Alright, I gotta restart my game. It just won't even find the IP.
Good luck.
Who's J
Just
Payday?
kick him, please. Whoever this person is that keeps joining.
Close the slot until he's ready to join.
Ah, fine.
Shut up.
I want to see the funny name.
Hey JPV, you'll have to watch it on YouTube. You can't join the lobby.
Yeah, J Payv.
I don't think he's in
Yeah,
here.
restart my game.
No, I closed the slot. Are you?
Just
Yeah,
let
my
us
game's
know when,
restarting.
when you've got it all loaded.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
One puff man even have a mic?
That's
Yeah,
not
he
your
does.
concern.
I
He's
think.
got
Can you hear me?
Steam.
Hello?
Dude, he doesn't need one. He's that cool.
Hello?
Yeah, you know, mics are for the weak.
Well,
All my homies
Alright.
can join if you talk to their team.
Alright, I'm in the lobby browser.
They open.
Alright. I assume you guys are going to
Hello,
split
hello?
into your different, voice chats. Make sure you're
No.
not.
No,
I'm
dude.
staying in
We're
the
trash.
waiting.
student chat.
We're
Wait,
just
who's
waiting for
hosting
one
it?
more person. Once the
I'm
last
staying
player
in the
joins,
student
we're going
chat,
to.
and that's final.
Yeah, who's the host? Because there's like 7 Robz games.
Join
Tara.
Tara's game,
Terra.
yeah.
Terra.
Join Terra.
EERA.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright,
Alright.
so ready up?
Okay, everyone ready up?
Alright.
Now go to your
Hey,
respective.
No.
team
We can't
chat.
take the different faction for access. We can't have 3 different factions.
Oh yeah, no, we can't
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
have
only
that
2
many.
factions per team.
2 factions per team.
So you got to pick Japan, Ostfront.
Alright.
Either
Yeah. Oh shit, I'll play.
play
I don't have
Ostfront, play
Ostfront.
Ostfront, play
Oh,
Ostfront.
I don't have it, so I can only play Japan. Here we go.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2
Alright, let's
factions
go.
for
Alright,
2
go to your
nations per
I
faction.
start.
Alright, let's divide.
So I start.
Yeah. Start, but just
Yeah.
go into your respective team.
Start.
You guys can leave this chat. We
Yo, it was 2 nations per.
Yep, we figured that out right at the end there. It's Japan and Ostfront versus, I believe, U.S. and Soviets.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All good.
Crab, I just had a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Where is the replay file found? I was looking through the pins. I could not see the file path.
Let me see. You want to jump into admin voice 2?
Yeah, we're about to start our recording, so.
Go for it. Good luck, boys.
Good luck.
We don't need luck, we're just spectating. But yeah, it should be an interesting game, man. I don't know.
Well, since they're going to be playing as Japan, and we have 2 US players, I think that the US players are going to be the biggest problem for our Japan players. Potentially Russia as well, but since they didn't select guards, that isn't a hard counter.
No, you're definitely right, and they have been definitely hard practicing with, like, US, they get a lot of white phosphorus, which is very good against Japan, so depends on
They could either go with Marines and use white phosphorus grenade launching spam, or they could just use a support weapons platoon. So I suppose we'll see.
Oh, if you're talking about openings, I'd be surprised if at least one of them doesn't go Devils, just because that's so good,
Against Japan, I haven't really had much experience using Devil's Brigade as an opening strategy. I ordinarily use Marines or the assault section.
Marines are
Sometimes
good.
armored riflemen with handicap.
Oh god, it's this map. Yeah, no, it depends on the map, because the Devils get the LMG, which is, it's basically the US FG-42 in, performance-wise.
And of course they have that radio man with the Devil's Brigade.
Yeah. Oh god, hold up, I need to go offline. Okay, here we go. Nobody messaging me on Steam. Alright, what kind of openings do we have? Partisans.
Looks like Patton. Patton is Barbara, right, if I'm not mistaken?
Patton is indeed Barbara.
Yeah.
Looks honestly, one of them is just doing single buys, which makes sense on this map because there's just a ridiculous amount of capture points. But
perhaps he's going to be delegated to back capping.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're all doing single buys, which you kind of want to, but it doesn't look like there's anything fancy going on. This is just a rifle squad, if I am correct.
This seems pretty standard, really. You have Cornstarch separating his squad into its respective grenade rifle.
Yeah. Whereas the Soviet player is going full on just, well, they have a squad of partisans and then individual buys. So yeah, there's nothing fancy here. No complications just yet. Let's turn off Fog of War and go look at the opposing side, I guess. Yeah, pretty standard for the Axis guys as well. We have Suicide Chargers, Grenadiers for the Ostfront, and then...
You see, you might have selected the Sturm Grenadier squad for the Ostfront. Well, it's a veteran Grenadier Sturm squad, which has a lot of STGs in it.
Which, I guess that's pretty decent, as long as you don't just rush them in. You know, STG, you can hold a lot of ground with them pretty well.
Well, you see, with the veteran Grenadier squad, the ordinary one, it contains a grenade rifle. Every one, it's not a random chance. So that would be excellent against some of these US players.
Yes.
And potentially the Russian players. They don't really know which side they're going to be contending with. The Russians are all the way on the right, the Axis player is in the center.
Very true. It looks like he's delineating his MG42 off into the forest, kind of on the Jap side, which is the relative left for the Axis. So you might, I mean, you're probably going to see some mix and match. It's not just going to be, you know, US v Japan. There's going to be some intermingling of units here. Sorry, there's engagements across the entirety of the map here. It's a big map and a lot of individual units, so it's going to be some interesting plays opening up here.
I'm really surprised to see that the Japan player isn't immediately trying to grenade Micro right now. They're just prone here.
Yeah, Japan with the Suicide Chargers, getting in close and using the grenades is like... I would say that's key, but this map is really flat, you know?
Yeah, I'm not really certain why they would select Japan on this map, given its lack of effective terrain.
Agreed. This map is like perfect. Well, okay, so there is, in this middle point here, you've got obviously this trio of points, which you really want to control, but there's also this like slight hill on the left side relative to the Axis, and that is actually quite decent for grenade, you know, holding, I guess, because you can't clear them off easily. So yeah, there is actually a fair amount of hills on this map, so I don't know. We'll see who's studied and who is not, but yeah, there's definitely white phosphorus going down on the left side so far, so they've clearly got something figured out. Trying to look for something significant in what units they're buying, but it's just a lot of individual buys so far. Here we go. We got a Willys 30 cal going for the right side relative to the Allied players.
See what they're buying now. Going for shock squad leaders. The Russians don't have flamethrowers with their shock grenadiers, do they?
So the shock SMG squad does come with a flamethrower, and it is incredibly useful because it's quite cheap relative to the rest of their cost, whereas it's still very skilled. So that's one of the best buys you can do as the Soviets.
I think they're going to make some exceptional territory gains here for the Axis team.
In what segment of the map? Sorry, I'm looking around.
On both flanks, they control both sides of the map at the moment, or at least the flanks respectively, which when I play. Yes.
They do, but I mean, the only units that are holding it are Suicide Chargers, which I don't believe they get sandbags, and they have very
look at this.
Power.
On the west side of the map, they're retaking that flank now.
Yeah.
Look at the volume of infantry on that side.
This is the interesting situation where you have conscripts and partisans versus undersupplied Japanese Suicide Chargers, and it does appear like the Russians are winning the day. Oh, hello. So we got the U.S. player fucking up some of the Japan on the other side. Oh, yep. They ran an entire squad here into not really an entrenched position, but you got U.S. infantry inside of a forest, and it didn't end well. Let's put it that way. That is on the eastern side of the map.
Yeah, the KD for Cornstarch is exceptional at the moment, 42 to 17.
Ow, I'm mean, when you're gunning down suicide chargers, you're gonna see a pretty decent KD for the U.S. players here, I believe. Let's see, the German players, or no, that's not no, that's Imperial Guard, I believe. Or the
Well, it looks like he is here has already brought out a mortar to contend with the volume of American infantry on the center point. There isn't a lot of infantry from the Ostfront player over here, which I believe would be extremely advantageous for map vision.
Yeah, also notable, they took all of the front 3 points, which is, especially on this map, that is definitely the way you secure the win. I'm not going to try and count the points live on stream, but that's how you secure the majority, is you get these locked down, you get some sandbags, and then you hold.
Well, there are 7 center points in total, so you need to control at least 4 of them to ensure that you have a majority. Oh, what a first vehicle.
Somebody passed their math class.
Yeah, better bring a Berksjägers that he's going to be bringing. Now this half right here, this half-track has ordinarily, I think, 8 stars on its MG42, making it an extremely deadly vehicle.
Oh, absolutely. I don't like the Berksjäger SP buy for the Ostfront. Granted, I'm not like a meta Ostfront player, but that one doesn't strike me as the best value for your money, except for the obvious half-track. But even the half-track's not that great if you're prepared for it.
Well, let's see. The American player, so far, it doesn't appear that they have a bazooka or a cordless rifle.
That is very true. Again, this could go very badly for them, but there's a lot of cover here in the middle, and they could just hide behind a fence, and he has no infantry to spot this. Like, he's making a completely unsupported push, except for, these
4 Berksjägers right here, yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna get gunned down.
He has this mortar in the middle here, it doesn't even have an ammo crate next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's barely too big anything, as a matter of fact. But it looks like most of the highest tier infantry on the game right now, or on the leaderboard, is from Cornstarch.
I mean, again, that makes sense. You get a lot of vetted U.S. players from gunning down. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at this half-track about to totally annihilate all these suicide charges.
And that's really how you want it. He's got bars here, as well as, SMG infantry for grenades.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to take the point, but on the left
side... That's not a contest.
Yeah, on the west side, there's a significant push from Terra with his Russian shock SMG squad.
Indeed. Performance is nice and spicy, just like you would expect on a map like this. But
well, here we go. We have the first SSC that is coming from X-Red.
But yeah, we have one of the 2 remaining middle points that is capped by the Axis players, and this is getting engaged by a lot of riflemen, a lot of Russian riflemen. We're seeing a lot of spam on both sides here, which, it has its place. If it's a game of attrition, you definitely want to just bodies in the point, as long as there's not just copious amounts of artillery, which there doesn't.
Right now, the artillery isn't available. Oh, wow, look at this. On the west side of the map, there's this enormous amount of infantry from Terra that is attempting to take this second middle point.
That's what I'm
looking at.
Look at
this
right
push.
Now. I would love to get like a smoke grenade in there, so they're not getting immediately gunned down, because he's got...
Well, he has his Imperial Guards back. Oh.
Yeah, he's got Imperial Guards and entrenched machine gun, I'm not sure what the Japanese standard.
He's taking the point, but will he be able to hold it?
Yeah, oh god, yes. That's what it comes down to. Because he has reserves here. He can keep flooding the point, and if the Japanese player, ironically, does not have enough spam to contend with that, then he's going to hold on to it. But the Russian player doesn't have anything to secure it, and that's my worry. Is there's no LMGs which you can get, same as the Japanese player.
He's bringing up more riflemen at the moment from the back.
No half-track and no anti-tank rifle to be seen, although he has a gas truck, which is going up against an SSD on the far western side, and I would not want to be the Soviet player in that engagement.
Yeah, here comes this SSD. Yeah, he doesn't have anything at the moment. No PI, nothing. How is he going to handle this? He might just try to throw Molotovs at it, but I don't think that's just going to be enough.
I don't know. He doesn't have a follow-up, though. Like, he has no infantry to support this, so even if he, he burns down the entire forest and clears out the infantry, there's no... He can't take ground. He's only just, he's burning the riflemen that, Terra has in the bushes and whatnot. But there's nothing behind that to, in turn, secure it, so I'm not really certain if this is going to do very much. He's forced the gas truck to retreat, though, and he's... in the process of pushing his vehicle support all the way. Oh, okay, there goes the gas truck. So that is a loss. I'm just not sure if it was worth it, because he's got like half a squad of suicide chargers who are kind of crawl up to the point, and we'll see if that's enough to take it.
The primary concern that I would see at the moment is the eastern side of the map. the moment, there's nothing here really. But I mean, there's nothing there from the Japanese players either. There's a half track that is coming up. What looks like Cornstarch. Cornstarch is everywhere right now. He's really the one that's carrying this team.
And you've got another squad of Suicide Chargers on that eastern point, but that's not going to be enough. Again, Suicide Chargers are great to like contend with a very urban point, or in that initial rush, because I believe they run faster than most infantry because they have like no equipment whatsoever. But I don't know. I would not be using them as like mid-game line troops because they're bad. And they've got these innermost points fortified, but they're not moving those infantry up.
See, it's really unfortunate that we can't actually see the MP of the players, because I'm quite familiar with Osfront. I was really expecting to see some additional infantry, perhaps some Fallschirmjägers, and at the very least, at least sandbag lines protecting these points. But this is a very well-controlled center for the Allied team.
It's going to be a hard push. They're going to need some armor, which, if you look in the, I believe, the northeast spawn, the Japanese player is spawning one of their light armor, the 47mm Chi-He. Probably mangling that pronunciation, but whatever. But that's going to do some decent damage, especially since there doesn't seem to be any AT of any kind whatsoever in this middle point.
Oh, look at this. This SSD on the west side of the map is moving uncontested through all these trees, burning literally everything.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't see a single. There's a T60 that's about to come up, but other than that, there's no AT rifle that is here.
I agree with that, and it's definitely doing damage. That said, other than like weaponizing lag and denying good performance to just about anybody, I'm not really sure that's accomplished all that much. He's burned the entire forest and everything's on fire.
Yeah, the area denial seems like a very 3-2-1 thing to do.
But again, I'm not actually certain who wins in a manpower contest of just sheer volume, because the Soviets, they can flood riflemen onto the field for days, which is really all that was garrisoning that forest. So very little loss in terms of materiel. Whereas if he loses,
I had to make. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if he loses that SSD, that's probably more than the entirety of all the riflemen he killed, just MP wise.
He's killed 26 riflemen, but yeah, they're just conscripts, so worth practically nothing.
I mean, I'm not gonna try and check. I don't think. No, actually, I have the Soviet player. So yeah, conscripts for full squad is 75. So.
Yeah, that's prohibitive for the Japanese player if he loses that SSD. Some predictions.
I was gonna say he has the T60 pushing up against the SSD, which.
Is it track?
He could track it, and.
Nope, it's not tracked.
If you immobilize it, that would be good, but I'm not 100. I wouldn't put it. Okay.
Cornstarch appears to be pushing without contact on this eastern side of the map. Some early predictions right now. Unless Osfront has the ability to provide some infantry and some tank crews to those Japanese players, it's going to be an almost immediate win for the Allied team and Cornstarch's team.
And it kind of looks like they're just setting up for the defensive on this side. Either that or they haven't prepared. Okay, no, they've got an Imperial Guard squad that is fortifying up here with some sandbags, and that's supported by one of the light tanks. So that should be able to shut down this half-track push very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, but aside from that, this seems like a very steady win. I was hoping for a back-and-forth game, but this just does not appear to be it.
That's very true, but again, we're very early in the game. They may be saving for some heavy armor, either for the Ostfront players. And of course, there's a Puma in the middle here, but it seems to be getting engaged by... Oh, the T-48, the 57mm US half-track. I love that thing.
Now, this is surprising. If we look at Dark Wolf's kill-death ratio, he has a positive KD at the moment. For a Japanese player, that is a little bit unusual.
Oh, you can decent... I mean, it's not all about flooding. You can definitely do some decent plays as the Japanese player. Is this SSD immobilized? No, he's just sitting there. Okay, so he's burnt the forest down. The Japanese have in turn capped that far western middle point. They don't seem to be bringing up any infantry to secure it, though, which, who knows, maybe they're committed elsewhere. But this T-60 seems to be trying to get the flank on something.
I think they can hear this Honi 3 back here. I don't think that's a good buy, truthfully.
Oh, the Honi 3, that's an excellent buy, actually, for the Japanese player. If he can contend that and kind of lock down all the early Soviet vehicles. But of course, the Soviets get, sometime very, very soon, the T-34 buy, which is going out in their spawn. So we've got, is that a charge, or is that just like a conscript buy?
Oh, you mean back? Oh, look at this, he actually actually bought the T-34 platoon with 3 T-34s.
And he bought a 4th with MP. Yeah, no, that's actually, it's really, really good if you get the timing right. And it really does appear like, because again, he's going to kill the SSD fairly concretely. He's got a T-60 on his wide flank because the only AP he has is a rifle grenadier. And of course,
at the middle of the flag, we have Patton actually pushing towards one of their back flags. Again, no infantry from Oz front except for this Puma that's actually been disabled at this point.
yeah, I really wish we could see what they're spending their MP, because
that'd be great. I would just love to see what Ostfront's MP is, because he's contributed almost nothing to this game so far. Only 19 to 16, 24 score. I mean, I don't know what he's spending his MP on.
I know where he's spending it on. Here's some elite Fallschirmjägers pushing the middle point, and those are like the cost of a Sherman, I believe. So, unless you're careful with those, that's 400 MP down the drain.
I mean, they're clumped together. He really needs to be microing this just very well.
Well, if they'd prepared, and indeed they might be trying this on elsewhere, but the idea is you get the regular Japanese to make the sandbags, and then you garrison them with the much better units that you get from Ostfront. But that doesn't seem to be the case here.
He's pushing with these Fallschirmjägers at the moment. If it were me, I personally would instead use one of the Strap Battalion platoons for special points. They are excellent for advancing on points, and just leave the Fallschirmjägers behind one of those lines, and they're excellent at killing infantry.
I don't like, this is a difference of opinion, but I don't like the Strafe Battalion. It's not very useful, at least in my experience, but I don't really play that much Ostfront, so I might be wrong.
It's an old strategy that was used, I believe, by Pogon when he played with Charles during the old tournament.
Oh, I bet it was. Yeah, again, they have their uses, but Ostfront seems to be, there's like this gap in the middle game where they don't have a lot of armor.
What they do is they do have this magnificent Pack 40 Puma, which has for some time been something of a meta strategy to use. They additionally have I believe a 75mm Puma. I can't remember the exact caliber of the weapon.
Well, the first T-34s goes down. Sorry, continue.
They also have a Stug Ace that comes a little bit later at about 18 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, absolutely. They've got that like mid to late game armor nailed down, because you get the T-34, you get the Stug Ace, and then you get the 8.8 flak. But like before those unlock, you really have only a selection of like Panzer IIIs and maybe a T-34 MP buy. Like don't get me wrong, they're very strong in the armor, but there's like this gap where they don't have a lot of solutions. Interesting faction to play, nonetheless.
Well, he has here purchased this Ostwind. Questionable decision, truthfully. I don't know why he would purchase this. I think that he might have better results with perhaps a Luke's, or maybe even a Panzer I in the middle of this town to eliminate that infantry. But at the moment, the Ostwind is just sitting back here doing nothing. It's a large, boisterous target.
Oh, God.
It can be easily destroyed by even a Sherman with a well-placed shot using HVAP.
Yeah, I can't even play devil's advocate. I don't know why you'd ever buy the Ostwind. It's just bad. Even if they have no AT, it's not efficient enough at killing infantry on a map like this to be worth the MP.
The only I could see, in the most rare circumstance, purchasing perhaps the Verbal Wind with that very fast repeating 2cm. But this, I can't see any real reason to use the Ostwind.
Oh, but we do have a Japanese push on one of the middle points. And
yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, very little defense here. They seem to have cleared all the well, no, the infantry is pulled back. We have an M8 howitzer, but that's going to be fairly useless shooting uphill like this. So
yeah, the M8's very good against smaller targets, especially half-tracks, Lukes, vehicles of that nature.
Small targets, also its Exxon is counter battery, because it also gets white phosphorus, so even if you don't kill it, you can decrew it fairly
especially with those airborne. I mean, it comes with airborne as its support, which makes it extremely well, it's an exceptional buy in certain circumstances.
So what I would question is, if you look on the eastern side, these Japanese players have got like really good garrisons on these rear points, but spending this much MP just to lock down ones that you should have from the start of the game anyway.
Well, I mean,
yeah, we can pause. Let's see if they're going to continue after dropping a player. I imagine. What are the regulations after
the regulations for whether or not someone drops is the team that is playing, Team A in this case, that has lost a player, to my knowledge has the ability to continue, only if they would desire, but if neither team wishes to continue, the victor will be declared for whichever team has an overwhelming probability of winning. In this case, it would appear that Cornstarch's team has a very high probability of winning if they were to continue. Let's move back in there and see what we should
Seems
do.
like a good idea. I do believe this is probably lost.
Departing from the match, the victor will be declared for whichever team has an overwhelming probability of victory. In
It
this,
seems like we have a
yeah, it's
overwhelming
43 to
probability.
4. we control 15 to 8 flags.
in our assessment,
In our
I concur.
Our assessment.
I do
in
kinda
our
wish they would.
assessment of the match.
Let me show you this data spreadsheet. This Microsoft Excel spreadsheet.
They should have the option to continue, but yeah, it does seem like
We want to get this over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I got.
All right, so we're gonna declare you the winner then. If
Let's go.
Let's go easy.
So Tara, you get in the game now.
Okay, cool.
It's a very
Alright,
convincing win
anyways.
for the Allied players. Yeah.
Really hoping for a back and forth game. We're gonna go tell them what happened.
The team.
But that map is
Yeah.
kinda,
That map
a
is
little bit
good.
cancer.
No, shut up.
It's so funny. I love that map.
Map is so good.
Dio, it's because noobs don't know how to spread infantry out, so it's really
Yeah,
funny.
that's why we did
when you
the
do
single
a
by
really
single
big
by
map.
thing.
We were
Yeah,
kind of
bunch of
watching
single
that. They had some good fortifications. Oh, hold up. We need to call the other team in here. They're not aware. Hold up, I'll come talk. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah. What happened?
I can barely hear you, One Puff. Is there something wrong with your mic, or is that somebody else?
No, he's not talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Games
okay
and then
with
we'll come
that?
back for the second match.
The fact that we're calling it, because dropping a player usually ends
Yeah.
the match unless they insist on continuing. Oh, Dark Wolf, I am on stream. Hold up.
Purple chat until they respond.
Did he have to go like feed his cat or something?
Yeah, he had to go feed the slaves in his basement.
Yeah.
You're on stream. Just a heads up.
I know hers. Okay, well,
Dude, you're acting like YouTube cares.
Oh, I
can
don't give a shit.
I can dox George. I know his address.
Say it on stream. No fucking balls.
Dude, the stream title last time was like sex offenders or something. Like I think we've already gone past monetization.
Oh, dude, it's just the goal is not getting the videos taken down, I guess, because that actually.
The objective is to make people in this community laugh. That's what we're attempting to accomplish.
That's a pretty fucking high bar, though. All right.
Listen to the music bot.
So if you guys could perhaps just maybe employ some amount of meme units or something of that nature, I don't really know.
No. We don't influence how they play. They do their own thing.
No, we're gonna be shooting a Nebel Warper from spawn.
No, we're not influencing how they play.
Oh, that song is gonna
an
get us
overshoot
fucking
with a
kicked
Nebel
off.
Warper.
That was a joke.
Nebel Warper overshoot.
Okay. For real, what did George say? Like, how long is this gonna be?
I don't know. He just disappeared. That's George. He does this all the time.
It's pretty par the course then. All right. Fuck. All right, I'll go let him know.
Which one is this? I've been DMing George.
But it was the show. I'm looking forward to doing my part in helping this team at least put up a fighting chance.
Yeah,
but I will say that
What happened?
Hey, just put in your best, man. Have fun.
George
Wait.
just dipped, and we don't know where he is. So
Like he's just gone?
yeah, we had no forewarning. He's just gone. So he's still in the game. So his computer's still running. We just don't know when he's coming back.
Okay. He's on Discord
right
right now.
We're just a determined amount of time here, so just hang in here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, dokes. All right.
Dio, unmute the music bot. Do it.
I did for a
It's
little
not
bit.
copyright.
Oh, it's not copyright? Okay.
Oh.
This might be covered. That's besides the point.
Well, no,
Yeah,
but
well,
wait.
I don't even know.
No, it's not.
Kazlik, don't worry about it.
No, it's not.
I don't know. I don't want to get fucking crab stream taken down.
Apple bottom jeans.
Hey man, he might make his livelihood off this stream. You never know. Oh Jesus.
Whenever the dude starts laughing while he's saying I'm losing,
It's so hard.
So
I love the baggy sweats.
Sounds good.
Do you have George's phone number?
They're still trying to get in contact with him.
I'm not questioning that, but yeah, all right. Yeah, is what it is. I guess he's not coming back, but whatever, for fun.
Oh, there we go. I think it started.
All right, good luck, guys.
All right.
Yeah, finally, after an eternity of waiting.
Oh god, yes. Yeah, we had problems on both sides. A player drop, a player, I don't know, went to feed his chickens or something, but all in all, we're back. Time for another game of this godforsaken game. I have no idea what factions they picked. I was not paying attention to that.
We can press tab and we'll find out in a second. I think Terra might have alternatively went with Japan again. We'll see. But I fully expect there's going to be a lot of flame tanks in this match.
Oh yeah, that's the one guarantee. Honestly, if they're going flame tanks and there's nothing more broken than... Well, I'm not sure, actually, which one is the worst off to try and kill? The SSD or the Flammenpanzer?
I would have to say the Flame Panzer, and the reason why is because it has an immunity to heat shells, from what I understand.
Oh, I've noticed that, you know.
Yeah, so it's incredibly difficult to kill. You need to use a recoilless rifle. M3 AT guns are fantastic for that as well. If you have a Devil's Brigade Demolitions Man, you could perhaps try to track it and then use one of the satchel charges on it. The M8 howitzer is also a good alternative as well.
Yeah. And honestly, though, I don't expect them to use Flammenpanzers, because it really is just like an easy button in this game. That might be my personal bias shining through, but I never promised to be impartial.
I truly believe that there's going to be a lot of Flammenpanzers. I'm fully anticipating it now. I think to try and perhaps potentially crash the game or do something of that nature. We only saw maybe 2 or 3 SSDs in the last match.
Was there really more than 2? Because I know there was there's certainly one on the west side, but other than the one on the other side, I wasn't sure there was 3. So if we talk,
well, I mean, we'll see in a moment.
Yeah. Irony of ironies, we're still waiting on George. Oh well. Okay.
We just played on this map for Ukraine Bias, the team that I was participating with, and I'm hopefully expecting to see which team gets to the right side first. Or actually, it appears to be the... Let's see, which side is it on? Oh no, this might be the remix version.
It is indeed Bold's remix, so I believe that either flips the spawns or just the locations of the cap points. I am pretty unfamiliar with these because, I don't know, these type of maps are not really often played. Anyway.
Of course, Cornstar doing his ordinary single buy. Oh, he's with Storm Grenadiers this time, which appears to be relatively standard purchase.
I'm not gonna say I would have done that, but you know, to each their own. It really, you can win with them.
The 2 options that are ordinarily prevalent is you have Grenadier squads because of that grenade rifle and Storm Grenadiers. You could perhaps go with Fusiliers. They're the superior version of Grenadiers, but I rarely ever purchase those.
Honestly, that is my opening. I don't know if they're like really good or not, but I've done well with them. You know?
I don't use Fusiliers, primarily as a result of the fact that you could alternatively purchase Grenadiers and just do single buys for the rest of the time there. And in some instances, you can save for a Panzer Grenadier MG42 team. They are a bit overpriced, but in some circumstances, playing on Medvedovka, for example, that map is excellent for having 1 or 2 elite MG.
Indeed. Well, again, and I think a good player can make all the opening things work. And in fact, let's go check out the opposing side. Let's see what they're doing, if anything different. A lot of single buys. Pretty standard.
They're immediately trying to control this hill right here at the center.
Right. Silica Packet, the sub, he's got a full... Oh god, are these Marines? I honestly can't tell because he's direct controlling him, or it says that. No.
These appear to just be riflemen. He might have gone with... He hasn't actually separated his squad. into its respective special units, but this does appear to be just an ordinary rifle squad because of that bazooka.
Yeah, I also think he's going to get away with it because it doesn't seem like anybody's going for this center point. So, assuming that he gets set up there, he might actually have it, not on lock, but a decent opening, shall we say.
Of course, Terra is just moving forward continually with his suicide charger.
Oh, I mean, suicide chargers, that's what... Again, this is actually a really good map for suicide chargers. You got all these trees, and the whole point of them is getting in close and blowing the fuck out of your opponent with grenades, so...
Oh, but this is going to be a problem. Oh,
oh, you have a
look at
shock
this.
SMG versus suicide chargers.
This is an unusual buy. George actually went for an FG42 team. That's very unusual for an opening. I've ever actually seen the FG42 team use.
Which team? And sorry, where is that?
The FG42. If you look on the east side, second point from the east side.
Oh, FG42?
Yeah, the FG42, not the MG42.
Oh no, that's a very good buy, especially if you get them on sandbags. Yeah, it doesn't have the same range
I mean,
as the MG42.
But a single buy. I never really purchased the FG42 team as a single buy.
Oh, I do. Well, oh, Fallschirmjäger. I believe it's a Fallschirmjäger. Yeah. No, they're really good, at least in my experience.
In squads, yes.
No, the single buy. Single buy is great because then they're relatively.
Well, I mean, in my personal experience, I haven't used them. Oh, look at that massive grenade hit right there in the kill feed.
Fire too. Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's friendly fire. Looks like Silica packet did it. Split up. I mean, they're all clumped together right here on this point.
Yeah, he's probably microing something else. Oh God, he's just killing all of his guys with a rifle grenade. So that's a little bit of a rough mistake. It's all the trees, man.
Yeah, it looks over here. Dark is very well holding this point on the east side with his Shock SMG squad, which is going to be an exceptional counter against these Japanese suicide chargers.
Oh God, yes. Honestly, you could do worse than spamming just Shock squads the entire game. Granted, I wouldn't advise that as like a pro strat, but they're so good. And you get the flamethrower and body armor. It's just unbeatable. Not unbeatable, but...
Did we have George doing quite well with his Kubelwagen MG42? Oh, microing that quite well.
It's peak cancer, but it's also very good. But yeah, if you look at... Oh, no, it's not. That's the Volks Grenadier. Okay.
We have some Dishka wheels that are coming from Arc as well. But they control almost uncontested this left side here. And I don't think that, in this case, George knows that there's no infantry back here. So if he wanted to push, it would be very easy for him to do so and gain a bit of a foothold on this.
You're definitely right. And it seems like Dark Wolf, he's doing about what I would do. That kind of. He's got, the Shock SMG squad, and then he's got the Marine DP-27 team as backup.
Now look at this. Terra is already trying to take this back point right here.
Oh God, he's losing a lot of guys, though.
But still, look at all the territory that he's gained at the moment. He is pushing well far back.
I was looking at a different one. Yeah, absolutely.
Look at how far he's pushing back there. At the moment, I can't really make any anticipations at the moment.
It depends on how good the Silica Packet's infantry micro is, because against like 5 suicide chargers, it's no contest.
At the moment, his KD is relatively even, but the problem is that he is not separating these grenade rifles as effectively as I think that you should be doing.
Well, his KD's even. I don't know if it counted the fact that he killed half of his guys with rifle grenades, but that's okay. It's a learning experience. It's just a rifle squad, and honestly, that middle point is not getting pushed yet. So regardless of that mistake, he's still got that holding. He hasn't fortified his guys yet, though, which is what I would recommend to anybody watching.
More suicide chargers coming in on the east side. We'll see how well this Dishka can be employed. He's already destroyed
I'm checking the west side, and it's pretty straightforward. We got sandbags, we got not FG40, Sturm Grenadiers and Riflemen on sandbags. It's honestly cool. You've got like a line forming here, like a more
good
traditional.
From Jor or Cornstarch.
Indeed.
No elite infantry yet. That's what surprises me. We have a few airborne soldiers. Actually, yeah, there is a bit of elite infantry on the west side.
No elite
players.
Oh, sorry, you're cutting out a tiny bit. But no, the German players are just going with a lot of Volks Grenadiers, which, again, I have a preference for more skilled infantry, but no, they're really good. You can do a lot of work with them. Although, we have U.S. Marines on this far western side versus Volks Grenadiers, which is definitely not a match I would want. Volks Grenadiers get... Well, okay, no.
Silica, same problem again, not spreading out his infantry.
Not spreading out, no sandbags for cover. It's a bad combo.
Yeah, I mean, he does control this middle point at the moment, but how long is that going to last? Look at this. We have a lot of infantry here at the middle point from Terra that he might try to push.
Yeah, he needs to clear out these infantry in front of one of his rear points, and then move up to support either the middle point, which he owns, or the guys that are Dark Wolf's point. The one where the shock engineers or the shock squads are engaging the...
I mean, we'll see what happens, because in about 2 minutes, we're going to see our first Flame Panzer. That's when the Flame Panzer is unlocked.
I really hope they don't do that, but absolutely, go for it. And, okay.
We'll also have to be concerned with the fact that Crocs come out at 11 minutes.
Yeah. We see a Dishka going up. Oh, wait, that just got decrewed. We had a Dishka take out the Japanese lightest armor, like the machine gun truck, which, I don't know if that's a good trade, but it's a trade. But no, it does seem like Team Dave, I believe they are, has locked down most of these middle points and is moving to reinforce. Yeah, we got the Japanese player Tara who's moving up suicide charges through the forest. Yeah. That's hard ground to retake, even with flamethrowers.
Oh, look at this on the right side. Look at that micro of that flamethrower right there. We're about to see a massive amount of Japanese infantry killed in that kill feed.
It's a good move. I will not deny it. And
look at that. All of that infantry getting burned.
Yeah, forests are really nasty to push in this game. Yeah, there we go. Good on Dark Wolf. He's got a
really additional shock squad.
He's a 2.0 KD as the Soviets. You know he's doing right in that case.
Yeah, that's an excellent KD.
George's Kugelwagen got decrewed, so we had the first SSD moving up by Cornstarch.
Oh yeah, look at that, it's on that middle point, but there's all this infantry back here that is not being microed properly by Terra, just kind of sitting here doing nothing. All these Imperial Guards back here as well.
Yep, we have Terra's first SSD moving up in the middle in conjunction with Cornstarch's, and we have a half-track. Okay, yeah, so it looks like Terra bought 2 of them, gave one to his teammate. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of flame tanks. And I may be wrong, but there doesn't seem to be a single unit of anti-tank on this far left side for the Axis players. No, Allied players, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't see any bazookas. Oh wait, hold on, there is one. Oh no, that's... No. Yeah, there's nothing here. He has nothing.
And that's,
to my knowledge.
That is the problem with buying nothing but shock squads. Shock squads are great, but when the flame tanks come out, you really want at least a bazooka, or preferably a light tank.
I mean, that's how you deal with SSDs. You want to take those half tracks, and you want to take the bazookas out of them when they spawn.
Let's see if he remembers, because Silica actually has at least 2 bazookas, if not 3, because he's bought a whole bunch of rifle squads. So they're sitting.
Yeah, Dark Wolf. Dark Wolf's coming out with a Greyhound.
Okay, that's a.
But that's, I mean, it's a bit too late at this point. He already has his SSD. I mean.
Yeah,
they control.
More importantly, he's got a lot of infantry behind to follow this up, and there's just map control for days. It's not ideal.
Oh, another SSD is coming right through the middle here. There's one bazooka. Let's see if Silica can micro his bazooka. Not seeing anything. Oh, and there it goes. There goes the bazooka. There's another one over here that he could use to contend with his SSD, but nothing's happening.
And the entire map is on fire. I'm not sure if anybody doubted.
Oh, look at that!
Happen, but
he tracked it. The SSD is tracked in the middle.
I'm watching it. Definitely.
Yeah, there's nothing else here.
That's a good hit from, I believe it was Celica, so it's immobilized for now. But we have the easternmost SSD is diverting to help its brother in arms. So he's pushing west across open lines, and there is no exploitative AT. I think there's one anti-tank rifle in a bush here, but...
Oh, look at this. This SSD is not having any resistance right here. I mean, it's stopped. Cornstarch is a microing it, but there is an AT rifle behind it from Dark.
He's got the PTRS in the woods, and if it can pen at that distance, he might be able to actually take it out, but... not a lot of...
Terra is just doing exceptionally well capturing all this territory.
Yeah.
And there's a massive... Oh, look at the right, on the east side. So Barbara is pushing...
the opposite. Okay, so that's my left side. I'll switch around. Yeah, he's got infantry. He's pushing the wide flank. Terra is, at least.
But there's nothing here. There's no infantry. He's uncontested advancing on the east side.
Oh, the SSD? No, because he's got a PTRS in the woods, and he at least penetrated it once.
No, I mean if you look on the map, you can see that there's west and east. The little dots there on the side of the map.
I'm looking at. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at like the south, the northeast point where the SSD is, right next to the woods. You have the Greyhound advancing from the woods to a semi-immobilized SSD, so we may see at least one loss here. But yeah, we have a lot of infantry coming up for the Team Dave. A lot of full squads of Imperial Guard here, which are not... Yeah.
The moment this Imperial Guard starts erecting these sandbags,
that's when it's over.
yeah, it's gonna be over at that point. As a matter of fact, this flank is completely lost. I don't anticipate there's going to be anything that they can do to counter this point. There goes the sandbags.
Yeah, on the west point, we have a lot of Volks Grenadiers supported by a half-track against a lot of infantry.
No flame panzers yet. That surprised me. That's one of the anticipations that I made that hasn't actually come to fruition yet.
Oh, you don't need them. SSDs are cheaper, apparently. So if you
no, for Germany, the German flame panzers.
Well, I know, but what it seems to be the case is Terra is just buying SSDs for his teammates, which I believe they're cheaper, and that you get them earlier than the Flyman Panzer. So that seems to be their deal. And now we see Team Dave erecting fortifications in the opponent's easternmost spawn point, almost. So not a position you want to be in. Even the Gaz truck won't save him.
The Greyhound has been, it's lost all its wheels.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, well, in turn we have at least one SSD killed, so that is at least somewhat of a trade. And Terra's SSD is still tracked in the woods, although he's got a lot of fortified Imperial Guard behind that, so it's not going to be a fun time to push. I'm not going to lie, they've got a pretty rough uphill journey to retake a lot of these points.
With this flank lost, they're going to need to direct the entirety of their attention to the 3 middle points on the western side of the map, but with the volume of infantry that is present here, from Terra, there's lots of sandbags, lots of Imperial Guards. This SSC still hasn't even been killed yet.
Yeah. They'd have to be exceptionally good. And who knows, they might be. Like, this Greyhound is still doing work taking out Imperial Guard squads, but...
I expect that in a moment, though, this Gaz is going to be neutralized by an AT rifle or...
I'm not 100% confident they have AT rifles over here. Oh, wait.
Oh, look at that. We have our first T-34 platoon from Dark Wolf.
If he well places that and he supports it with infantry, T-34 platoon could do some decent work, I'm not going to lie. You got to separate them out so they're not overlapping and then have enough...
German on the right side, west side.
Yeah, so you don't get Panzerfausted. A lot of T-34s in spawn.
He might attempt to make use of those buy one get one free, the sequential buys.
Yeah, it's honestly what I would do. That's the advantage of the Soviets. You get a lot of numerical superiority. Not a lot of movement on the far western side. It seems like they're focusing their push on the opposite side of the map. It really hasn't moved, even though you've got a decrewed half-track and some airborne guys. That said, he is here on the far western side, has brought in a regular Sherman, which, at this point in the game, it's not terrible.
He doesn't have any infantry, though.
Yeah.
Or very minimal infantry. Oh, look at that! He just killed that half-track.
No, I mean, that was a foregone conclusion. But again, you said it. He has no infantry to back it up. So if he kills the half-track and wipes out the infantry in here, he's not going to be able to take ground yet. But yeah, you've got the fortifications. These haven't been destroyed completely by the gas truck. T-34s are nice, but they own the entire wood line. So. And you've even got the Type 4 RPG, which is apparently like a bazooka with more range. So, unless he's really careful, that's going to take out any kind of close-in push with armor.
T-34 going to... Oh, look at that!
Oof. That's not a nice
Yeah,
trade.
this is not looking very good.
That is not a nice trade at all. You don't want to lose T-34s to Japanese tanks. I know the Japanese get some decent tanks, but like, I don't know, Chinu ain't it.
Murder coming from cornstarch. Let's see what he's going to do with that.
Yeah.
Sherman in the middle of this tree line here. Now, I wouldn't exactly say that's the best position for it, but I suppose we'll see.
Honestly, they just seem to be scrambling to mount a defense for their closest capture points. Like, all of the woods north of their immediate capture points are just occupied the entire way. There's infantry everywhere.
You can see that this T-34 is attempting to neutralize this Chinu here.
Actually, the Greyhound just killed, or at least severely injured, one of the Japanese tanks. So that's at least a trade up, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, look at that. There we go. That.
Oh god.
And they got the gas too.
They got a twofer. That's really unfortunate. You got to be careful with that.
This Chi-Nu immediately already on the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. Oh, and that just died. But we are seeing some flamethrower micro from Dark Wolf. Pretty good, considering, you know, that is how you clear sandbags and fortifications. It works really well.
At this point, I'm fully anticipating the match is going to be lost for the Allied team.
That is the most likely outcome.
I mean, I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can, but the fact that their flank has been totally lost, they're making bad trades with their T-34s, almost no micro. It seems like a pretty foregone conclusion at this point.
Oh, I understand. I'm not an optimist. I'm just trying to be polite. But yes, no, again, it's an uphill battle. Quite literally, actually, in some cases of the map. You know, this is a very topographically varied map. Kind of nice, actually. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. We're seeing some heavy white phosphorus artillery come down on one of the points here. Really, really nasty stuff.
Which one? Which point, specifically?
It is the second from far easternmost.
In Point Delta.
Shit, how do you see the names of each of... Oh, no, it says Zone Gulf. Yeah, there we go. But that's actually friendly white phosphorus because the Axis team, yeah, except for Terra, doesn't get that. So I believe that's coming from Silica Packet's 4.2-inch mortar, and he almost burned away his entire front line on this point. So that's really unfortunate. Dude seems to have a penchant for friendly fire. We got a T-34 that's hiding in the woods here. He's trying to take out the SSD. And he succeeds. That's another dead SSD.
It seems that the first of the shade is going to begin from George.
Yeah. It was inevitable, but...
Another Chi-Nu that is coming from Terra at the moment. Again, there's a lot of infantry that is back here that is just not being microed.
Yep, we're seeing a lot of Imperial Guard reinforcements come up against shock LMG guys. Which, I don't know, those guys would be decent in cover, but when you're lying down against Japanese...
Oh, did that Greyhound just disabled?
Dude, that
gun
Greyhound, yeah, that's on the top of the leaderboard now, yeah.
Look at that, I cannot believe this Greyhound is actually doing so well. Oh, there it goes, the Chi-Nu killed it. They traded, I cannot believe it.
More than traded, that was the second expensive Japanese tank that the Greyhound took down, so Greyhound MVP, we should probably nerf
But
it.
still, Terra has quite a bit of MP remaining, 400 about. Which is more than enough for some of the... Oh, he just purchased a Marine tank, a Jihan 120. The Jihan 120 has this massive gun on it that's going to be able to destroy.
The game is over. That is the microer's dream tank. It's so good. The oh, hello. The proper kamikaze single buys are coming out.
Silic is attempting to crawl all the way to the middle point, but again, he's just losing too much infantry. He's pushing with one of his bazooka infantrymen, which is a terrible idea.
Yeah, you really need to separate those squads out.
Oh, we have an ISU 152.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, that's a decent choice, I guess, unless he gets under fire.
To get rid of all these sandbags?
Yeah.
Oh, a Panzer IV. A Panzer IV, it's a questionable buy in my opinion.
Actually, no, I take it back. The ISU is a horrible choice for this side of the map, because if you look, it's all uphill.
So, yeah, so I'm gonna say the same about this Panzer IV. I mean, they both made terrible buys. I mean, the Panzer IV, there's just such a limit for buy the Panzer IV, except when I'm playing against the UK.
Oh yeah, dude, we completely agree on that. Panzer IVs are bad. If you buy them, I don't know, unless you're really, really good and you're really, really far ahead, it's kind of a desperation thing.
I mean, Charles has the ability to use Panzer IVs, but then again, his micro is exceptional, which means that it's perfectly reasonable to use that vehicle.
Yeah, that dude can micro, like, a motorbike and make it effective, so...
T-34 is retreating from middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say the western side is just not moved. We got the U.S. player, he is here, has brought up a bunch of infantry single buys, but rifle squad, he's trying to crawl that to the point. Honestly, there hasn't been much movement at all, because neither player's really enforced it too much. But if he can kill that half-track, he might actually take that point, but that's just one of 5 middle points, so... Although we get Silica Packet, who is using a guard squad that apparently I would imagine Darkwolf gave that to him. He's smoked off, which is, you know, that's some decent micro right there. He just needs to get some grenades out. If you look at the very middlemost point, we're seeing like a kind of concerted infantry push against entrenched. No,
I mean, we'll see if. Oh.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, I crashed. I think I crashed.
Oh shit. Here, I'll stream my game in Discord.
You can just kick me. I crashed.
Abuse, yeah. Well, go tell them that. I'm not hosting the game. Yep, okay, you're gone. Alright, oh, okay. Well, there's not a lot of super witty things you can say, and I'm not going to try. It's a really unfortunate game here. I do have the game streamed in Discord, though. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. I don't know how the quality is. I can't guarantee it's anywhere decent, but... Yep. Yeah, Cornstarch's Martyr's taking out shit. I will say, to exceed expectations, the Panzer IV hasn't died yet. It's actually doing really, really well.
Oh, look at that. It just killed that BA. And here comes the GLH 120.
Yeah, actually, no, that was a Panzer Fuss that killed the BA, not the Panzer IV.
Really? Oh, hold on. Just a little blurry. Your kill feed.
Oh, no, it's because it's streaming in like 720p. Sorry about that. It's the only thing we got, though. I don't think this server has 1080p. That's okay, though. But yeah, they've secured basically this entire forest on the easternmost side of their spawn, effectively. So yeah, if you're in a position where you're fighting out of your own spawn, it's not a very optimistic situation, shall we say. The ISU 152 is pretty useless. He's not really returning fire because it's uphill all the way. And the score is 71-3. Terra's sneaking kamikaze troops into their spawn.
Yeah, that's going to be very problematic for them, especially if they start spawning additional armor. And I know from personal experience that I scarcely look at my spawn.
Well, yeah, but see, okay, yeah, he has infantry here that spotted them, so he knows about them. He just needs to be paying attention enough to, like, gun them down. So we'll see how aware... Oh, one of them's taking some hits. Yeah, he's got a lot of armor here. We got an ISU 152, another M4A3. And on the flank, another... yeah, one of his remaining T-34s, unless he bought a new one. All props to them. They've kind of held the line on the remainder of these last 3 points. There hasn't been a lot of advances. Granted, it's very dense forest, so I wouldn't expect very much. But they are holding the line somewhat. Oh, hello. The Panzer IV goes down to the ISU 152, and I am
not surprised at all by that.
Proven to be wrong. Yeah, Panzer IV not so good. It was the cheapo one too, without the side skirts. Yeah. Actually, this map is a lot better than I gave it credit for, because you've got like this dense forest, which kind of prevents you from pushing, and then there's these two lanes in the east and the west where you can push armor down. Very neat. Got some heavy artillery somewhere. A lot of kamikaze troops intermingled out here. Granted, he did manage to find and kill the ones that were sneaking into his spawn, but he's got kamikazes interspersed throughout these trees. kind of embedded with the front line too. So that's a really nasty strategy. It works really well. It looks like, God, who is this? Silica. He's pushed forward enough guys and cleared out enough of the defense that he's actually capturing the middle point again. So he's hanging in there. Chiha 120 takes out the M4A3. And the ISU is tracked as well. So that's basically all his armor shut. Oh, hello. So yeah, the kamikaze, there's a bug sometimes when you get it in close. Sometimes it like weird.
So I mean, what exactly should we do about that, considering it isn't any fault of his that the kamikaze isn't exploding?
What do you mean do about it?
I mean, it appears to be a bug of the game that kamikaze should have exploded.
Oh yeah, can't do anything about it. It's part of the game. It's been in Robz for a long time. Yep, the second one.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that worked. All right.
Yeah, when it gets this laggy, it's kind of hard to like micro and kill a single individual infantry like that. So it's kind of rough. You got another T-34 over here. It's still alive. He's just kind of sitting there. Yeah, there's definitely super heavy artillery somewhere in the back here. Let's go find that. It's either the Chiha. No, it's a Lafayette. Yeah, not certain. Lot of Japanese armor, which is, I don't know, I guess surprising a little bit. You got the T-3045. Pretty decent buy.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it's just going to be a very slow process until their inevitable defeat.
Yeah, it's just grinding them down. They're taking all the middle points. Even Marines are not good at fighting uphill into MG42s. Although, props to him, he lit the entire forest on fire. Chiha 120 is continuing to fuck up anything on that side of the map. T-3045 kills the Chi-Nu. Yeah, not a lot going on the rest of the map. That push on the eastern side seems to be effectively the most. You've got a Sherman here that's just kind of sitting on himself. He's not doing much.
It's not min-maxing, certainly. Who is that from? Is that from He Is Here?
Yeah, He Is Here has been the west side, and he hasn't been doing a lot. Granted, his opponent hasn't either, but it seems to be... Yeah, he's just been sitting here. Although he's kind of trying to push it in.
I fully expect that we're going to see some kind of retaliation, maybe a Panzerschreck, Panzerfaust. If they get a Panzerfaust 60, that's going to be detrimental.
Oh, I mean, I think the entire middle of this map is on a hill, actually. So, like, both sides are on the down low. So Panzerfaust would be great, because you could fire over the middle hill and hit the Sherman. If it had the, enough range and it was unsupported. So, yeah. Really nasty map.
See, in a moment, I'm surprised that they hasn't started using that white phosphorus which Shermans come with.
Yeah, not a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but not everybody knows about that. Silica has got a 4.2-inch mortar still. He's putting that to good use. He's actually depopulated the entire middle point. So yeah, he's uncapped 2 of these middle points. It's not enough to turn it around, but, it's a good... Oh, hello. Dark Wolf narrowly avoids getting suicide chargered, so good for him. Oh, there we go. You literally called it. Panzerfaust 60 kills the M4A3.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but I mean, I knew it was gonna happen.
Oh, it came out of the forest too. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Pretty well.
Yeah,
very good sportsmanship from He Is Here.
Good manners here. Good match.
I mean, are they going to be declaring defeat or?
No, they're probably gonna play it out to the bitter end. Yes, you got to be aware of it. Like, He Is Here. He's got a lot of Marines, which on this side are pretty decent, but they're just sitting in this pit, not really doing very much. They're just sitting in the grass here, and they don't have a lot of sight lines. So Marines are decent, but not in that situation. you got another push with the rifleman on the middle point, which, again, there's no infantry here to hold it. He's got a half-track and a bunch of other stuff, but that's it.
Well, unfortunately, with that T-34, let's see if we'll be able to hold that as well. Perhaps it's going to be Bazooka and an additional Panzerfaust from the German team. And, oh, they're decapping that point now. But again, it's literally their back cap. They're decapping their back point. So they're literally going to need to push all the way to that middle point just to ensure that they can secure it properly.
Yeah, there's 13 points in total, I believe. Which means you need a slim majority of 7 to to tie it off, I imagine. But if you have the middle ones neutralized and you have your entire back row, no.
Yeah, you'll need at a very minimum. Yeah, 7 as you accurately stated.
Please double check my math.
No, you're correct. It looks like it's 7.
Brainlets here, but no. Oh man, he had it neutralized for a bit, but the MG42 is kind of tearing him up. I don't know, man. Technically, they might be able to win this, but it may look like George just crashed, which, again, I think they're probably going to call it.
Yeah, so even if George does crash, it's going to be pretty inevitable that they'll win at this point.
Final scoreboard. Now, Dark Wolf's doing pretty decently. He's up there with Terra for the best score in the game. Actually, no, he has the best score in the game. It's closely tied by Terra, but it's not score that wins the game. It's the territory control. So I will say though, the M8 Greyhound is still the best in the best place for points killed. It's kind of impressive. But that's probably it. George crashes and then they forfeit.
Yeah, let's go ask if they want to continue playing.
Yep.
Alright, I'm just gonna kick George.
So, do you guys
forfeit? Yeah.
Keep going.
Don't worry about it. We're just gonna play without him.
Excuse me. You gonna call it? I'll play on.
No. We can just play without him. Oh, do they want to quit?
I mean, it's kind of over at this point.
Let's go ask.
What?
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna ask him.
No.
I'm sorry for the interruption, but would you like to continue playing? Or would you like to declare defeat?
I think.
No, we're not declaring defeat, but
Yeah,
we can do a rematch.
Yeah.
Well, if you would like to do a rematch, that condition is only suitable if there's a probability of your victory. But at the moment, in the ref's considered opinion, you lost your back flag on the west side of the map.
We had it
It's captured right now, actually.
I mean,
it's in our hands right now.
There's still only 25 points left in the game, and since we can see everything on the map, we won't tell any details about it. I express my considerable doubts for your ability to recapture 4 of the points in the middle of the map.
Well, because we had 2 at the time. Or we had 1 and we're capping 1. Like, if you think we can, it's whatever. Like, good
you have your 4 points in the rear. You need to capture 3 in the middle, of which you have 1.5. So it's technically doable, but again.
Like, if you guys don't think it's happening, it's not happening.
No,
because
if you would like to, that's only for a rematch. If you want to have a rematch, that condition needs to be satisfied. You can keep playing and attempt to win, but
it crashed me when he crashed. So like,
yeah, they're both down.
We're taking now.
Oh, is it a 2v2?
Okay. It is a 2v2 right now, so.
Oh, okay. Then I suppose we'll keep playing since they said they wanted to continue playing. So let's
play on.
Yeah, perfect. Can I come to the ref box and like just chat or like?
No, that might potentially cause favoritism. Sorry.
No,
I guess I get it.
Alright, we're just playing on since it's 2v2. So, best of luck, lads.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Okay, I guess we're playing on. Martyr's continuing to kill Shermans.
Oh, you forgot to stream, by the way.
No, I'm streaming.
No, in Discord.
Oh, in Discord, shit. My bad. All 720p of it.
Well, just with the delay, I don't have the ability to see what's happening in real time.
No, I understand. It's a bad situation.
Let's see what the AI has the ability to do.
I'm genuinely curious. You got a lot of AI Volksgrenadiers who are pushing forward, though.
advancing completely. They're probably going to be killed.
There's a wall of green, but in contrast to that, they have secured at least one of these middle points. Possibly two if they can clear these guys out. Yeah, one of them is pretty firmly in their control. They're not moving to retake that anytime soon.
What is that vehicle that Terra just purchased?
Okay,
no, look at the tank that he has. Is that a Cheeto?
Ah, yep. I don't know if that's what it's called, but sorry, it's switched friendly faction when you crashed. Yeah, it's the Chi-Ri. I don't know if that's the one that comes with the special ammunition. I can't remember which one that is.
I'm not really certain. I usually see people buy the Cheeto, but apparently this vehicle has the same range. Its pen, I'm not really certain about, but this does appear to be an acceptable buy.
Oh, I mean, as far as Japanese armor is concerned, yeah, I'm not gonna call that bad by any case. I don't know how much it costs though, so actually we can probably find that out. The Chi-Ri. Yeah, that's 650 MP. That's actually not bad at all. It's like 1.5
for
Shermans.
230 range. Yeah, that's perfectly.
Yeah,
acceptable.
1.5 Shermans. Obviously, it's like you got to keep it out of range. It's like a Japanese mortar almost, in terms of like usability. But yeah, a lot of American tanks going down here. There's like 2 Sherman corpses like right next to each other. A lot of MG42 fire. I don't know. There is an overwhelming wall of AI infantry pushing forward, though, and that's a really bad case scenario when it's your spawn they're pushing into. Dude, they're all Sturm Grenadiers, too. Every single one of these guys has a STG. Yeah, it's 112 to 3.
Yeah, at this point, I think that our predictions were reasonably accurate.
Reasonably accurate is a way to say.
Oh, look at that! Just getting absolutely obliterated by that.
Yeah, he has a mortar there that has been stacking up some kills. I'm not gonna lie.
Can you check what the total infantry kill count on the mortar is? No, just go click on it.
Yeah. We gotta find a mortar first. It was in his back somewhere. By the ammo crate, yeah.
Click on the little top bar there.
Okay.
34 infantry kills.
31, but yeah, it's close enough.
Okay.
Hey, that's all right, but I'm not gonna lie. The 4.2 inch is kind of expensive. That's like the same cost as a.
See, I think one of the best mortars you can get would probably be either the PM38 from the Guards or the 12cm GRW from Ostfront, specifically the Ostfront mortar, because it has 11 to 13 rounds per minute as its fire rate.
I'm okay. Another Sherman goes down to the Chi-Ri.
Yeah, that does appear to be a good buy. With respect to min-maxing, if that... oh, is that another?
I wonder if that's a leave. Maybe a crash, maybe a leave, I don't know. No, best mortar, definitely the Guards, 120 mil. Close second, going to the Soviet 120 mil, just because of the white phosphorus and like the nuclear rounds. Those are really nasty. But with our second of 3 players going down, I think that's probably it.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait because the game's about to end in a second.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
there's
like
7 ticks left. It's pretty close to the end. A lot of dead Shermans. He actually bought a Calliope in the back here. Interesting. Yeah, there's that Chi-Ri. How many kills has he got? 3 vehicle kills, 7 infantry kills. So yeah, goodbye on his part. Yeah, not a lot to focus on. They're just getting overwhelmed. They're getting driven into their spawn. Cool match, but... Ooh, hello. Oh, some elite Panzer Grenadiers, that's why they're so vetted. Yeah, no, they're really not pushing anywhere else except the far eastern side. And that's game. One more tick.
There it is.
There it is indeed.
Alright, we're gonna move back